Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mobile Technology and Development, ICT 602. Okay, chapter 5.2, Designing Interaction for Mobile Application. Are you ready?
Yes.
Alright, so in this subchapter, we will learn about designing interaction for mobile application. What is design on screen interface, and then screen visual feedback. Okay, and then gesture and haptic feedback. Also last, we will touch on the sensor. Okay, all about mobile application, designing interaction for mobile application. The first one, we go to screen interface. Okay, the structure for screen interface. So common screen interface structure in mobile devices, we have a app bar. Okay, system bar, navigation bar, menus, site navigation or navigation drawer. Okay, so which one is app bar, which one is system bar, which one is navigation bar, kat mana dia letak dia, menu kat mana, yang line 3 tu kan. And then site navigation tu apa benda, ataupun drawer ni apa benda. Okay, app bar is a toolbar that's used for branding, navigation, section and action. Navigation pun ada kat situ. The title reflects the current page. It can be an app title or page title. Right. So, dia suruh kamu pilihlah mana satu. App bar. Dia ada apa tadi? Navigation, branding and then search action. Kat atas tu lah. Nampak semua kan. And the menu pun ada dekat situ kan. Button 3 line ni kan. Sargent. Alright. So, kita ada navigation icon. Sargent tu nav icon. Title. And then filter icon, action icon and menu icon. So, line sargent dengan 3 titik tu apa pula? Menu icon. So, navigation, oh bukan, saya salah. Menu bukan 3 line, menu 3 titik. Habis tu setting. Saya selalu 3 titik ni saya sebut setting. Kan, nak setting kat mana, kat 3 titik kan. Menu, saya salah lah sebelum ni. Menu saya ingatkan 3 line ni. 3 line nama baru dia, nama sebenarnya adalah navigation. So, menu yang kita guna untuk setting-setting tu adalah 3 titik. Okay. 3 dot is a menu icon. 3 line is navigation icon. Okay. Yang ni dipersetujui oleh semua pengguna kot kan. Dia standard dah orang pakai, so dipanggil common lah. Kan, tak ada siapa-siapa letak standard pun. Tapi dah ramai dah pakai macam ni, ataupun Android dah perkenalkan macam ni. So, on iOS macam mana? Dalam iPhone sama tak? Ke dia ada benda lain? Siapa pakai iPhone user sini? Tak ada. Kalau ada, kamu tunjuk dekat Telegram kan. Mungkin lain. So, on app bar, the navigation icon at the left side of the app bar can be a control to open a navigation drawer, and also an up arrow for navigation upward through app hierarchy. So the title reflects the current page. It can be an app title, page title, or page filter. Icons on the right side of the bar are app-related action. So the menu icon opens the overflow menu, so which contains secondary actions and menu item like help and setting. Betul? Saya sebut setting ni kan. Alright, so a menu is a part app bar and is represented by icon on the right side of the app bar. So menu commonly kita letak sebelah kanan lah. Alright, so frequently access menu should be represented as individual icon. So rarely used menu item should be placed in overflow menu. So usually represent the 3 dots icon. Kalau nak cuba ubah benda lain tu boleh, tapi orang lain tak faham. Tapi sekarang ni kalau kita letak 3 dot, orang dah faham dah. Kan? Benda tu boleh klik. Kan? Cuma kamu letak 6 pula. Boleh tak buat 6 dot? Orang perasan tak? Dah nak icon baru. Alright. So, apa yang kita boleh klik kat sini? Example of app bar, example of menu in app bar, kan? Alright. Dia boleh macam-macam. And then system bar or status bar. Status bar contain notification icon, the left side, and system icon, right side. So the system bar should contain monochrome icon, a dark and light icon. Alright. So which one the system bar? Jumpa tak? Tu dia atas sekali system bar kan. Okay, status. Kita duk cari dalam app rupanya. System bar adalah system status. Okay. So dark status bar and light status bar. Okay, dark status bar by default the color of the status bar is darker tone of the app bar color. It can also reference an element in the layout, or it can be translucent. Okay, so light status bar with dark icon better harmonize with light content and can be used an alternative to the dark status bar. Right. No. Nampak tak? Ada yang transparent sikit kan, translucent. Okay. Okay, color based sample taken from the content ataupun dark ataupun status darker tone. Kan? Like status bar color based on sample taken. Okay, translucent 70%. Darker tone, and then apa lagi? Default background pun boleh ambil. Next, we go to Android navigation bar. Yang 3 line ni kan. The Android navigation bar houses the device navigation control back home recent. Bukan. Ni Android yang kat bawah sekali, hujung sekali, bawah sekali. Ni untuk Android untuk Android. Kan? Bawah sekali. Alright. Navigation bar. Tadi navigation menu kot. Ataupun drawer kan, navigation drawer. Alright. Color variant of navigation bar ada dark, light, translucent, and then complex image banyak. Okay, navigation bar is sometimes omitted or relocated on some vendors. For example, Samsung always substitute navigation bar with physical button. Dulu asal-asalnya ni, dia adalah button yang dekat phone. Sekarang ni dah letak dekat screen kan, dekat app kan, dekat OS. So, mana bagus? Screen ke physical? So, ada pro and cons lah. Ada pro and con. Kalau on screen, it mesti experience, buttonless is prettier, kan, gesture, flexible on a number of level, and then future proof. And then kalau kata problem dia, kalau kata kita letak dekat physical, dia ada apa, tak payah susah-susah lah. Kalau kata benda dalam poket pun kita boleh tekan kan. Tak payah tengok pun boleh tahu. Okay. So kalau kat screen, dia terpaksa extra tab lah kan. And then take up precious pixel lah. Tu bukan con sangat pun kan. Sikit sangat drawback dah. Okay. So untuk physical quick launch, kan, sebab dia kata senang tadi, doesn't impact experience, button are always there and there's less confusion. Tapi experience ni sekarang ni orang rasanya sampai ke warga emas pun dah boleh main, baby pun dah pandai main kan. Tak payah nak belajar pun dah lahir-lahir dah pandai main handphone kan. Right. On slow experience, not future proof lah kan. Next, navigation drawer ataupun side navigation. Okay, dia bukan navigation bar, side navigation. The navigation drawer or side navigation is a common pattern found in Android application. The navigation drawer slides in from the left. So the navigation drawer is used to display user-specific menu, so that binds or tied to the current user account. So navigation drawer also can act as account selection screen. Right. So ini dipanggil navigation drawer. Apa beza drawer dengan side? Okay. So navigation drawer is divided. The navigation drawer may have dividers to separate the menu item category. Setting and support, it present the setting and support menu item should be located at the bottom of the scrolling list in line with the rest of the list content. So kalau kata dekat web kita ada menu belah kiri kan, so kita letak ganti dalam navigation drawer ni lah. Kan? Sebab dia kan telefon kan kecil je, tak boleh nak letak benda ni kan, nanti habis space dia. Okay, screen feedback. There are several modes where a mobile application can provide screen feedback to its user. Okay, several common screen feedback modes boleh guna dialogues. Dialog macam dialog box lah. Dia keluar appear kan. Okay. Alerts and then progress, feedback, snack bars and tool tips. Okay, untuk dialog inform users about critical information, require users to make decision or encapsulated multiple tasks within a discrete process. So user boleh buat action pula, ada button pula kan. Dialog should be used primarily because they are interactive in nature. Their sudden appearance forces user to stop their current task and refocus on the dialogue contents. Not every choice, interaction and information warrants interruptions and prominence. So dialog content can vary widely but typically consists of text and UI control elements focused on specific task or process. Example bawah tu ada confirming item deletion or choosing a setting. Yang saya katakan ni, kalau nak buat delete, so kita kena minta dia confirm dulu kan. Oh dapat delete. Alright. So dalam dialog box ni, kita ada title, content and actions. Okay. Agree dengan disagree. Terbalik. Terbalik agree dengan disagree. Right. Avoid dialog that open additional dialog from within a dialog. Jangan dialog tekan lagi keluar lagi dialog. Macam nak buat ni. Macam nak buat malware pula kan. Content atau buat virus. Content scrolling content particularly alerts. Okay, a special type of dialog is alert dialog. Alert dialog inform the user about a situation or action that requires their confirmation or acknowledgement before proceeding. So alerts are interactive, urgent, and prevent users from proceeding until they make a decision. So most alerts don't need title. Usually the decision can be summed up succinctly in a sentence or two. Okay, alert should be used primarily and appropriate only in high-risk situations such as potential loss of data or action that may incur extra charges. Okay, delete this conversion. Do and don't. Okay, so do the affirmative section text. This card clearly indicates the outcome of the decision. Don't. The dismisses action next to answer the question but does not suggest what will happen afterward. Kan a better action pair would be explicit cancel and delete. Jangan pakai no yes kan. Okay. So kita tak terconfuse. Nak delete ke tak nak delete. Kan. Alright. So apa lagi? Oh. Ada erase pula kan. Cancel erase. Kan. So kita tengok. You will lose all photo and media. Kita bagi tahu kalau kita buat apa jadi kan. Dia akan erase. Kan. Right. And then kita ada progress feedback. Okay, progress feedback is a way to inform user that the application is loading content. So it provide a visual feedback that the mobile app is still in working order while processing data. So there are the two types, linear and circular. There are two types of indicator. Determinate can be measured and the indicator usually runs from 0 to 100 or any minimum or maximum number. So indeterminate cannot be measured. The indicator usually animates continuously until the processing is done. Dia loop kan. Right? Ini. Ada yang kita tahu dia akan berhenti sampai habis. Determinate. Indeterminate dia berulang je. Kita tak tahu sampai bila. Kan? Nampak? Buffer determinate kan? Kan? Boleh? Okay. So kita boleh juga buat dalam bentuk circular. Kan? Progress feedback. Nama dia progress feedback. And then kita ada snack bars and toast. So snack bar provide lightweight feedback about end operations. Snack bar show a brief message at the bottom of the screen. Snack bar animate upward from the bottom edge of the screen. They automatically disappear after a timer of after user instruction. Yang keluar sikit je kan? Yang kali hitam tu kan? So snack bar do not block input on the screen on which they appear. So panggil snack bar. Kan? This is simple toast. Kecil ni. Dia keluar sikit je. So Android also provide Toast. Toast is similar to Snackbar except they are primarily used for system messaging. Unlike Snackbar, Toast do not contain action, cannot be swiped off screen. Dia keluar notice saja. Kan? Macam message send. Kan? Alright. So jangan letak icon ke apa tak. Kan? Letak simple-simple lah. Alright. So untuk snack bar jangan letak lebih daripada 2 macam dialog box tadi. Letak satu action saja. Alright. So beza dia snack bar dia ada action lah. Macam tu retry. Right. So tooltips. Tooltips are labels that appear on hover and focus when the user hovers over an element. They contain textual identification for the element in question. They may also contain brief helper text regarding the function of the element. So the label itself cannot receive input focus, only if display the tooltip for 1.5 seconds. Kan? So dia akan keluar refresh tu kan. So tooltips. Okay, do and don't. Tooltip don't display this information including images and formatted image, formatted text. Alright, so habis kita pergi ke gesture feedback. So gesture occurs when a user place one or more fingers on the touch screen and the application interprets that pattern of touches as a particular gesture. So there are two phases to gesture detection. First one is gathering touch events data, and then the second one is interpreting the data to determine gesture criteria. So scrolling is the general process of moving the viewport ataupun the context windows. Then scrolling is in both the X and Y axis. It is called panning. So there are two different types of scrolling, dragging dengan flinging. Dragging is scrolling that occurs when a user drags her finger across the touchscreen. Flinging pula, okay, scrolling that occurs when a user drags and leaves her finger quickly. Laju sangat kan. After the user leaves her finger, the viewport will keep scrolling until it stop by decelerating. Kan, nak laju kan. Alright. So scaling pakai 2 jari lah. Scaling kan. Zooming out, zooming in. Okay. Pinch in, pinch out. Okay, scaling is done by using the thumb and a finger and form it from pinching gesture, moving the index finger and thumb closer usually result in zooming. Saya ingat lagi waktu pakai iPad kita pakai 5 jari kan. 5 jari lepas tu kita apa nama kita zoom zoom kecil dia apa? Yang sebelah kiri ni. Tapi pakai banyak jari. Pakai semua jari kan. Dan kita buat yang kecil ni. So dia akan balik ke menu. Right. Zooming dengan unzooming. Pinch in, zooming. Pinch up, unzooming. So swiping, okay, is an act of touching the screen with index finger and quickly moving it left or right and immediately lifting the finger. Swiping left and right is possible depending on the direction of the moving finger. There are two main use for swiping: changing view, dismissing, and item icon. Right, kan? Sweeping between detail views. Okay. Haptic feedback. So it's the use of sense of touch in user interface designed to provide information to end user. Generally, haptic feedback in mobile phone is implemented as vibration to denote that an action has been performed. Haptic feedback can also used to denote that a touchscreen button has been pressed. Haptic feedback is important to make up for the lack of normal tactile response and the user would experience when pressing physical button. Okay, screen ada haptic device. Right. Notification light. Some smartphone has multicolor notification light to provide feedback to user. Ada. This light is normally located on the bottom of the phone, typically light color white, green, black, red, blue, yellow, and orange. The notification light can be used to provide feedback to user whenever an application receive event. So like WhatsApp, Facebook, Gmail use notification light to notify user of new data. Okay, boleh tengok dekat YouTube ni. Alright. Kadang ada. Dia tak semua phone ada lah. Alright. Sensors. Sensor. Sensor has been covered briefly from previous chapter. In this chapter, we will look into how sensor enable users to interact with phone and use it as input sources. Input source. Okay. Okay, sebelum kita pergi ke sensor, kalau kita nak SS screenshot pakai berapa jari? Dekat phone you all. Ada yang tekan dua button serentak kan? Dua power dengan volume kan? So dia akan screenshot. Ada yang boleh gesture kan? Saya tanya based on gesture. Commonly kita akan pakai three finger kan? Scroll down so dia akan capture screen kan?
Betul.
Ada lagi gesture lain-lain yang common sekarang ni pakai, yang tak ada dalam slide. Buat bulat ke tak ada lagi kan? Buat bulat tak ada. Hold lama-lama apa jadi?
Tutup.
Jadi tutup. Kalau sensor, kalau kata kita sensor, macam kita tu pakai kamera, kita nak angguk ke apa ke. So tu pakai kamera movement lah. Okay, next kita pergi sensor and accelerometer detects acceleration, tilt and vibration to determine movement and orientation. So dia boleh tahu lah X negative X, Y negative Y, Z negative Z kan. So dia pakai apa? A gyroscope. Macam G pula. Gyroscope. Okay, gyroscope. Okay. Gyroscope identifies up, down, left, right, and rotation around three axes for more complex orientation detail. Ni minggim tahu kan. So a light sensor detect data about lighting levels in the environment to adapt the display accordingly. Okay, a proximity sensor detect when the phone is held to the face to make or take a call. So the touch screen display can be disabled to avoid unintended input. Kan, ada pakai IR pun ada kan. Ada proximity sensor. Right. Kalau kita letak dekat phone nanti dia akan padam kan. Save battery. And then kita ada fingerprint. Fingerprint yang latest ada dekat belakang, tepi, depan semua ada. Sekarang ni kan. Fingerprint sensor can enable biometric verification for secure device and website authentication as well as mobile payment. Magnetometer. Magnetometer, ada magnet pula kan. Detect the direction of magnetic node and its conjunction with GPS determine the user's location. Senang nak tengok arah kiblat. Alright. So there are three broad sensor category: motion sensor, position sensor, and environmental sensor. Okay, motion sensor, accelerometer, gravity, gyroscope, step counter, and pedometer. Pedo, apa nama pedometer ni apa? Position sensor tadilah magnetic field, orientation, proximity, compass. Environmental sensor kita ada temperature, light, air pressure. Tengah keras cik oi. Air pressure and humidity, right? Some sensor hardware based and some are software based. Ada ke software based untuk sensor? Okay, hardware based kita tahu lah sensor are physical component built into a handset or tablet device. Dia ada chip dia dalam tu kan. They derive their data by directly measuring specific environmental properties. Software-based sensors are not physical device, although they mimic hardware-based sensor. So software-based sensor derive from data from one or more of the hardware-based sensor and are sometimes called virtual sensor or synthetic sensor. Dia ambil bacaan lah, dia baca kan, seolah-olah dia macam ada, tapi tak ada. Okay. Yang tadi kita tengok accelerometer, temperature sensor, light sensor, magnetic field sensor, pressure sensor, proximity sensor, compass semua adalah hardware based. So few device have every type of sensor. For example, most handset device and tablet have an accelerometer and magnetometer. So but fewer device have barometer and thermometer. Ada ke letak thermometer nak tengok panas tak panas kan? Device can have more than one sensor of a given type. For example, a device can have two gravity sensor, each one having a different range. Macam mana dia tahu handphone kita panas tak panas kan? Kadang-kadang kita nak buka, dia kata kamera tak boleh buka sebab handphone tengah panas kan? Ada thermometer ke? Kalau tak ada thermometer maksudnya software based lah kan? Kan? So interacting with phone using sensors, some sensor can be used as means for users to interact with phone directly. Accelerometer is typically used as an input sensors by sensing the movement of the phone made by the user. So games, for example, takes accelerometer input and translate it into character movement or event in game. Gyroscope tadi is also used to stabilize the camera view or when creating panoramic shots from camera phone. Macam mana kita punya boleh dapat 0.5 tu kan, atau panorama kan, dia dapat ni kan. Okay, so kita ada kamera, kadang-kadang kita pakai kamera triple kamera pun ada kan. Kan kamera sebelah dia pergi ke kanan, kamera sebelah ke kiri, satu tengah kan. So boleh dapat lebar atas bawah. Modern phone contains speedometer, whether it is a virtual sensor or a hardware sensor. Yang ni boleh dua-dua. Speedometer is used to calculate user step based on several data processed in the phone software. So this can determine users activity. Kan Google Fit, Asus Wellness application are some of the application which use speedometer to calculate users activity using speedometers. Okay. Ni dalam band kamu kan. Terlalu banyak lah. Murah sekarang ni. Tak sampai, saya beli itu RM100 je. Tak pakai pun kan. Alright. Boleh check ya. Boleh check ya. Yang ni boleh apa ni? Ni boleh tahan apa ni? Boleh check tayar lah. Boleh check rasa. Kan? Robot ataupun komputer ni dia tak boleh rasa je. Kalau boleh rasa lah. Jadi manusia lah. Dia tak ada perasaan. Tak boleh rasa. Ni nak test apa ada dalam tu kan. Tu boleh lah. Based on protein kan. Alright. So any question on chapter 5.2? Okay. Thank you for your time. Right, so kita close dengan tasbih kifarah and surah Tawa. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa ala insana fi qawsi illa allazina. Assalamualaikum. Thank you semua.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you,
Sama.
sir.
Sama.